Alright, I guess I'm good to go. Hello guys, this is We Hard Riddle 3 and we are now on the alternative bracket series for the Christmas double elimination. But first of all, I have some bad news guys. So for some reasons, I don't know, it's not because of the heating, but my computer crashes a lot. So for any kind of streams or let's say casts that I intend that is going to take a long time, I will probably give some breaks to ensure that things are okay. Because when my computer crashes during the casting or recording, I lost time, effort, enthusiasm, and happiness, maybe hope, and so long. So what does this mean is probably it will take a little bit more time for me to upload videos because I will merge them together. But this will give me the opportunity for example, maybe in time I can do some video editing when I have some time, but I can't promise on that one. But anyway, now let's get into the game. On the left we have Alvin Tay. This is alternative bracket. So how did he end up here? He unfortunately matched against Green Alert, a very high skilled player, and unfortunately couldn't make it, or maybe he will need a second chance to rise and shine. On the right we have Mastermind X, and if I remember correctly, he matched against Czar. And I mean, once again, Czar is a quite expert player on his own, so he couldn't make it. Now they are fighting against each other for a second chance. Alvin versus Mastermind X. On the meantime, what we see here is garrisons are being destroyed, so that's actually very nice coming from Mastermind X. But I will probably either move my javelin around here or next to my airbase or here and make a push because this dojo core is unhinged and coming right up for the oil derrick. On the meantime, what is going to happen? Defender VX coming from Alvin. So that means he will get some defensive options before being bombarded with indicators or let alone a cryocopter because he made a 3 refinery opening, which I have to confess a bit risky. But anyway, the risk is going to be equalized very soon enough because now Oil Derrick of the Mastermind is lost and now reverse move MCV is coming to tank up all of this damage and maybe the charging Imperial Warriors. So how is this going to happen? We will not know. But Mecha Bay is soon to be deployed with a Defender Core. On the meantime, now all of these Imperial Warriors are charging. The Peacekeepers are safe. And whoa! Dojo Core gets crushed under the MCV. On the meantime, more Apollos are being built. Okay, one Vindicator is idle on top of the Mecha Bay, but no unit production is coming up. So drop the bombs on the Dojo Core maybe. That will be make a lot of work for you. On the meantime, four Peacekeepers are tasked to clear out this mess in the base. There are no walls for this airbase, so that's a bit trouble because these Imperial Warriors can actually deal significant amount of damage if they're ignored. On the meantime, these Imperial Warriors, three of them, cleared the remaining four Peacekeepers. Now this Javelin is focus firing on. Okay, just two on. Oh no, two on the other one. But anyway, Dojo Core has arrived, but shouldn't be a big deal of a problem. But just please toggle it off. Please toggle. Oh no, that's too late. Now Dojo Core is being built. On the meantime, Alan secures the observation post, which is a very nice move. Now he is, I mean, having the allies on surveillance, so that's great. I mean, seeing these Apollos already. On the meantime, this Defender Core has been sold for the cashback, I guess so. But now the air is a little bit accumulating for the Alvin side. I mean, he get the dojo core, but nothing very significant happening from this dojo. Come to think of it, there's only one Imperial Warrior come out, and on the next Vindicator run, it will be taken off. On the meantime, more Imperial Warriors. I mean, 6, 7, and 8 is already being produced. On the meantime, Tengus are out as well. Maybe just do something with these Imperial Warriors. They're idle after all. They're doing nothing actually. Alvin takes out the Sea Expansion Scout. From the looks of it, he is getting a bit greedy, perhaps. I'm going for the fourth refinery. Perhaps his MCV is already here. So that's something. Vindicators are now under threat, but now Apollos have made, and one of the Tengu goes down. But oh no, one Apollo goes down with a trade. The second Tengu goes down. Tengu numbers are 3 actually, not very something spatial or strong. As soon enough, this Apollo can land. I'm sorry, take it off and deal with these Tengus later on. But Alvin is actually retreating. He's not committing for any kind of harassment run or anything like that. But oh, that's a lot of Imperial Warriors on the ground. and the match is actually against a Peacekeeper. So I think that should be more than enough. I mean, even maybe 4 Peacekeepers should be enough with Multigunner inside here. I mean, Peacekeeper inside the Multigunner turret can actually handle all of these one by one very easily without any kind of issues. But Alvin decides to pull back. Now Vindicator's going for the Dojo Core once again. I mean, ticking off some damage. Apollos are going to meet, but if you're going to lose Vindicator just for this Dojo Core, that's a terrible, terrible, terrible trade. I mean, Vindicators cost 1200 cash, and Dojo Core is just 500. So do the math and realize, okay, I mean, oh no. Oh no! I mean, come on, you pulled that off third time. And this is Alvin. I mean, he's not a random player. I mean, fool him once, shame on him. Fool him twice, shame on you. On the third time, he responds well and trades all of the Vindicators. And now, why wouldn't you get this observation post instead of destroying it? I mean, sight advantage is always something. And on Infinite Isle, this observation post location is insane. Like, you get to see entire base of your opponent coming with a third refinery. So perhaps the best investment you could get with 500 cash. But now we're going to see some engagement, but that's lots of units coming from the Alden side. I mean, not to mention help for the food refinery. He is actually pumping out units, but a detour coming for harassment run. I am unsure. Apollo's going to meet with the striker waves. And Alvin, where are the Tengus? And one striker goes down already. Apollos are escorted back to safety, but now the refinery, not the, okay, refinery itself is under attack, but I would probably go for power plant. Now these Apollos are shredding down the striker reactors, going back immediately. These Tengus are a bit caught upper-handed, and oh, Cryo shot has been used, and oh no, 2 of the striker reactors are caught already, and now they're dead. And one thing goes down as well. So suddenly Alan loses his all armor units. But now, speaking of armor, we have tsunami tanks are stacked around here against fighting the 2 guardian tanks, and now reinforcements are coming up right away. 3 tank passes more than enough for any kind of issues with the land. On the meantime, there's only 1 IFA, and all of these units are stacked together each other. So be careful with these Tengus or tsunami tanks splash damage. So yeah, here's a tsunami charge coming, or maybe on. You should put tanks in front, not on them behind. All of the peacekeepers are actually crushed one by one. On the meantime, allies are tier 3, so this should be it, or otherwise you'll be encrumbled with so many high-tech units. Now tank busters are make contact with the airbase. Now Mirage tank is out, so better take out these tank busters. They have very long range, but now targeted tsunami tank, that's the mistake. Now Mirage tank is alive. MCV joining the front lines, and these guardian tanks, instead of targeting pair warriors, I would definitely go for the tsunami tank, I have to say. So maybe then I can go for crush. Speaking of crush, MCV just crushes all of the tank busters. I mean, those units that dealing heavy damage. Scatter move, okay, not scatter move, but still dodge the explosion damage. On the meantime, this collector is down by the Tengu. Another one is taken down as well. So Mastermind's X base is crumbling, and this Mirage tank is not in the radius of these repair drones. So, finally. Thank you for hearing it out. But this is quite terrible. I come to think of it, I mean, Alvin has 4 refineries active and running. He's going for the tier 3. And unfortunately, Mastermind X only has 1 collector on. The others are not even functioning. I mean, he can't even build them. Okay, he gets the second one. And the third one is being built as well, so not that bad. But, man, I mean, if you're playing allies, you should definitely go for collector hunting. Where is your cryocopter, may I ask? I mean, you have tier 3, but not a single cryocopter on the site. Now you see the 4th refiner coming up, and your answers of like, hey, how come this guy is making so much units, has been answered. On the meantime, once again, Alvin is making a very diverse army, like Slammy Tank, Tengus, and Psycho VXs, some Tank Busters. Once again, this should be enough. I think you can make it through. Okay, there are 2 Mirage tanks, so no. Okay, I take it back. Peacekeeper. I would definitely suspect this as a spy, perhaps. But anyways, it's a regular Peacekeeper. But the more time is passing, is worse for the Mastermind. So get an antenna cannon and start to chip away some damage. Because otherwise, I mean, when you see so many wave force arteries, you would definitely need more Diacopters to match the numbers. Even worse, we have Imperial Dogs, and tier 2 is. Oh, wait. A Yari? Why did we get a Yari? You can see that he has no fourth refinery, or let alone the fifth refinery. Why did he get the Yari? That's very unnecessary. But anyway, Alvin. Oh, we have the King Oni on the side now. Wave Force Artery should be arriving very soon. Second King Oni. Okay. Oh, and point defense drones are online as well. No, this is not the engagement you would definitely want to go. Cryoblast has been used. Not the best way to use it, but now King Kong has been struck. But now this Mirage tank is on front lines. Definitely not the way you should use it. And Guardian tank is just target pointing on something else. But Mastermind is actually microing the units for not attacking the ones that's been target painted. I mean, why not you take advantage of the ability if you're not going to use it to begin with? And do you have this high technology? You don't even have the high technology. So maybe going for the Guardian Tank's target painter not going to birth anytime soon enough. I will definitely go for the main gun instead, as long as I don't have the high technology. Now, one antenna cannon, one Guardian Tank, one Mirage Tank against this. Oh, and we have Yuriko. Antenna cannon just, I mean, just parked away and says, not my war. Now, ooh, Crush has already come around, and is this going to make it? Well, Yuriko has been taken down at least. The Athena cannon. But there are so many units in the base. I mean, in the face of the Master X. I'm not Master X, I'm sorry, Mastermind X. I'm sorry. And this is, oh no. This Striker base is just taking free damage to all of these area units. And Mastermind X is just not reacting. MCB is not being packed up, and yeah. He taps out. I have to say GG for the Alvente and better luck next time for the Mastermind X. As you can see, when you play allies, you should definitely go for Cryocopter or use a Cryoblast on a Collector. That will hamper down the economy of the Empire a lot, and that will mess the build order as well. Because Empire definitely wants to make a streamline of unit production. Tengu Striker, Tengu Striker, Tengu Striker. So if you can stop that, you will seriously gain an upper hand. But maybe in future we will see to it. Alright, let's go for the second game then. Alright, this is... Now we are on a hard lesson. And we have two players once again pitted each other for getting a second chance. So let's meet them once again. On the bottom side, we have Mr. White playing as a Purple Empire. So if I remember correctly, he played against a Dark Niche, and it was an Empire Mirror, I guess. And on the top side, we have Arky Flame, and well, unfortunately, he played against the Dutch army. So that's quite explanatory for why is he here. I mean, I don't want to be insulting, but Dutch army is one of the top allies players, so that should give a reason for it. But let's see if he is going to redeem himself. He's not playing against the Soviets, no crane opening. I mean, we saw over the green outlet how crane opening can be still online and can do some wacky stuff and, I mean, destroy your opponent. On the meantime, instead of any kind of wacky things, we see very balanced opening from both of our players. I mean, two refineries, Mecha Bay, Dojo Core, getting to the oil derrick, say almost exactly the same is coming up from the Arky as well. On the meantime, we see no flak troopers for the natural base defense, so quite risky proposition, I have to say, because after all, even though flak troopers are very expensive, they can deflect the first set of Tengu harassment, which will give you enough time. Okay, two flak troopers are online, and I guess they will get into right up. I mean, selling all the barracks. When I, for example, in this kind of a map, I mean, third expansion is not that far. So with a base crawling with Soviets, maybe you can reach over here. I mean, build your like reactor over here, barracks over there, war factor over there, super reactor over there, and maybe you will have some access to the third refinery. Now, Sickle is out, but Not really. I mean, come to think of it, there are burst drones all around the map. Speaking of the drones, I mean, Tengus are already out. Now walls are being built. Oh no! Oh no! Let me get the walls on. Ah, very terrible. Okay, terror drone is on. Okay, terror drone. Use your terror drone. What? I guess he is panicking a lot. But okay, no worries. We have another flak trooper, and now this section is going to be safe. Tengu is taking a lot of damage. All right, Aki, just press the F and attack. Black Trooper stuck. Okay, walls are being sold. Uh, what's happening here? Hello, Red Alert 3. It can't attack. What? Just move the collector perhaps over here, and the Tengu will follow to your range. Maybe. More walls are being sold. Definitely something wrong with this Black Trooper. I want, if Aki, if you're watching this, could you tell us what exactly? Oh no! Also, this factor traveled all around here to get sniped by this Tengu. Could you tell us what exactly happened there? Because, I mean, over this, I mean, that terror drone. Okay, you panicked it. I mean, no need to hide. There's no shame. It happens to all of us. But over this Black Trooper, I mean, something happened, and the reason why I'm asking it, because that's I think close the game. I mean, this is guys. I don't want to be rude or anything, but this is over. I mean, Empire, 2 refineries online, streamlined production of units coming up. Soviets, 1 collector is down, another one is already half. I mean, lower than the half HP. So, well, Hammer Tank is on, but come on. Instead of moving in, shouldn't you keep it around here? Sickle is now the last line of defense against this collector, and no, there's no cash coming for this. Oh no. And collector just goes down as well. Hammer Tank is just slowly making up to CDO. Quite anticlimactic game, I have to say. But Arki, if you're here, please tell us what exactly happened over there. So because Red Alert 3 is full of bugs, so we get used to that. But feel free to tell that if you panicked and couldn't click it properly or something happened, because we want to know. So let us know as well. Now let's see. Now we're on a third game, and this time we are going to see the Dark Niche, the best. Not sure if he's the best, because after all he matched against the Dutch army, and that's why he is here. But he is aspiring to be the best, so we are supporting him. This is Blue Empire's Dark Niche. On the left we have Alvin playing as a Purple Empire. We saw him just recently against Mastermind X, and he made a quite nice 3 refinery opening, with coming up with the fourth and then going tier 3 and decimating his opponent. Now, let's see how is it going to work out this time. Now, Sneaky Dojo, that's a very nice move. Always using the Empire shenanigans on the max potency. Always sneak a Dojo core, guys. You never know when it's going to be used. Now, Tank Buster production is out. I don't know if there's a burst drone collector snipe, but from the looks of it, not gonna happen anytime soon. Okay, tank busters are coming right up. Same coming from the Alvin as well. Mecha Bay is being built, so sudden transport is soon enough. And that's the issue with Empire Mirror. Without this, without tank busters and sudden transport, dealing with all of these Tengus will not going to be very easy. And worse, if your opponent does this trick to you, you will use your units in short amount of time. So who's ever going to micro the tank busters instead of Tengus better is going to have an insane advantage. Ooh. That's sick coming from the Alvente, dealing more damage than it should with the burst drone on cooldown for explosion. He actually forced Darkness to deal damage for no reason on the collector. Now sudden transport is on for both of our players. And they don't even bother to hide it, like they're not even using the ability. On the meantime, Alvin wants to get down, take down the oil derrick, but now sudden transport is dangerously exposed. Oh no! Oh no! The tech busters are going to be on. Oh no, that's terrible. I mean, not do not lose them at all. On the meantime, this collector is going to get the fair share of his death. And even though these Tengus are locked in, now the finishing blow of Tengu has arrived. Walls are being built. So is it going to make it? Now repair drones are repairing well. And how is that happening? I mean, this collector from the brink of the deaths just survived thanks to walls. Speaking of the walls, now this is the dojo code that I have mentioned. When you play Empire, guys, trust me. I mean, always get the sneaky dojo code just in case, because on the early, yeah, we will always, with full attention, seek the, for example, exterior of the map to see if there's a dojo core, or we will be alert for it. But on the later sections of the map, you will never know. I mean, just dojo core will come around here, deploy next to your very important building, and then get an engineer or burst something else, and then you will probably lose the game. Now, three Imperial warriors who did a very valorous job on taking down the tank busters, which leave Alvin on a very disadvantageous position. Now, taking the garrison, and now this oil derrick is going to get sniped very soon enough. Now, Southern Transport is not too shabby, dealing free damage on oil derrick. There's no response coming from the Tengus of the Alvin. It's actually a ride, but now going back. Now, these Imperial warriors can actually deal the remaining of the job and take down the oil derrick. Now, Tengu numbers are in favor of the Alvin. I think he has one or two more Tengus, but Darkness has the tank busters with his Southern transport. So I think Darkness has a superior advantage over the land. Because yeah, Tengus are important, no doubt. But this is not the phase that you could easily get striker reaccess. So you will have a bunch of Tengus that you will be afraid to land them. So what's the point on it? Now, Southern Transport is engaging or now going back, realizing that Tengus are already unhinged. Oh, no, 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 do not. Why are you landing, Galvin? Oh, no, no. Tank busters. Five of them still alive, sniping one Tengu, and no loss coming from the Dark Knight. So once again, Southern Transport is in a beautifully in close range with these Tengus. I mean, this is the power of the Southern Transport. Now, Collector has been saved, but no, 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 no. Come on. He's trying to move in, but come on, this is Darknage. This is not an ordinary player. He will not let the move the Tengus just right into you, for example, next to proximity of the tank busters. You will need something more than that. Now, Darknage, even though he had this advantage, he has now 4 Tengus. I will now why 4? Because it's almost dead. But now, is there nothing in this base to stop these tank busters? From the looks of it, no, there is nothing. Now, refinery has been sold. Oh, all right. MCV has been sold as well, but the unit number is way too high. I mean, your sacrifice, I don't think you have some time to get a hold of your, for example, the cash boost. Now, too many Tengus, unfortunately, and Alvin, realizing that it's point of no return, taps out. And GG for the Dark Mage. I mean, that was a quite nice sudden transport movement coming out from him. And better luck next time for the Alvin. Perhaps next time he may do a better decision with his own sudden transport on Empire Mirrors. But we will see in future time. Alright, let's get into it. Once again, we're on Infinite Isle, and I am so joyed. I like Infinite Isle a lot. Now, this is Red Empire Czar. It is an alternative bracket. I can't remember why is he here. But anyway, on the left side, this is, if I remember correctly, this was Mr. White. Not so much information I have about Mr. White. I mean, he's a casual enthusiast. This is going to be a very nice showcase of, for example, Empire plays coming right up from him. I mean, after all, this is Czar. He mains Empire, so when he mains Empire, he takes it seriously. Now, on the only worst thing is we're going to see something exactly the same of the previous game. I mean, Empire play, Tank Busters, Southern Transport, and I think that will be all. The exception goes for Czar is always going for Dojo Core, but instead of a sneaky Dojo Core, he goes for a main Dojo Core. And now he's trying to deal damage, but watch out, you're also dealing damage to your Burst Drone attached to it. Now, Burst Drone has been detached, I'm sorry, and going for the Ore Collector, which is nice. But the same is already on for here. Mecha Bay is being deployed. On the meantime, Czar is also deploying, and how mirrored they are deploying their buildings. First Throne is trying to make use of itself useful and detaching itself around, and probably maybe I will go for the refinery, try to slow down the mining. Now, Tank Buster is dangerously in front for some reasons, and oh, Imperial Warriors are just trading each other. Engineer is overextending, but going for the refinery instead of the observation post. Now, Zar is getting the Mecha Bay and getting his own sudden transport. Where is the sudden transport from Mr. White? If there is no sudden transport, if there is no tank busters, this will be over. What? Oh no, Westerons just. I mean, that was beautiful splash damage. Imagine you are getting two units, your two produced firstly Tengus fresh out of the base, and more than half HP has been taken down thanks to a Burstron attack and destroying in a very close proximity with the two Tengus. Splash damage mechanics are insane in Red Dead 3. Like this, you will see a lot of this stuff thanks to Vindicators, maybe aircraft carriers. On the meantime, now Zar is making Tengus as well. He's not short on numbers, but he doesn't want to take this engagement. He doesn't care, and I mean, after all, his trump card is already here. Now, thinking of destroying the oil derrick? No, no, no. We don't destroy the oil derrick. We take the oil derrick. I mean, after all, I mean, there is nothing on the land to respond. 5 Tengus, not so shabby against 4 Tengus, and very, very important. Oh no, you don't even have the walls. That's down for the collector then. Now Tengus have landed, but uh, I mean, not gonna work. Also, there is garrison, but no need for it. I mean, Zar is feeling very confident, ejecting the tank busters in and out. That was very risky. I mean, the southern transport if destroyed. Meanwhile, the tank busters are in, with all of them taken down. But now there are only 2 Tengus left, and don't tell me you are going for harassment. Come on. I mean, are you going to do harassment with this? I mean, even a collector can handle down very easily. Now, nice micro play coming up from the micro Tengus, but I mean, that's the saving grace for you, I guess. On the meantime, this Tango harassment has been addressed. MCV is joining on the front lines to crush some of the Tengus, but there was only one collector out there for mining, and well, GG for the Mr. White. I think at least he can now realize the importance of tank busters, sudden transport, the importance of it in Empire Mirror. So on the other hand, GG for the Czar. So let's see for the next game. Now we are on Mir's Landing. And finally, we get to see some very exciting gameplay coming up because, after all, this is Czar. And, well, I don't care about his color. He used to play as yellow, but now he's red for some reasons. I don't know, but if he's playing Empire, this means we're going to see the full showcase of his skills. On the meantime, this is Dark Niche. Now playing as a blue allies, I think this decision was geared for maybe for countering allies. I'm sorry, countering Empire, or maybe for this map. I mean, this map is relatively close. I mean, distance is not that far. On the land, yeah, there it is. But on air, it's, I mean, distance is not that far. Of course, not close, like, for example, Infinity Isle. But we will see to it. Now, Czar is experiencing some problems with MCB unpacking, but he doesn't need to unpack it right now. I mean, not at this point. Is he still having some issues with unpacking? Yep. Struggle is real. Maybe the Czar's biggest opponent is the mechanics of the Red Dead 3. He's still not unpacking his MCB, so if he's wasting time... Oh, he's definitely wasting time. He could get actually the Mecha Bay. But anyway, it doesn't really matter a lot. Now, finally, MCB is unpacked once again, and Czar is back online. Now, we have some Dojo cores already been deployed. I mean, instead of getting his primarily oil derrick, he wants to counter it and takes his opponent's oil derrick. So, a bit risky move, I have to say. There is no attack dog, no... Okay, airbase is online, but the Vindicators are not out there. Now, taking down the derrick is something, not that bad, but not going to give you any cash boost. After all, you didn't take a neutral one, you take your opponent's one. So that's denying your opponent's economy in cost of 500 credits. not the best trade. Now, MCV has been attached with this person, and oh no, that's way too slow for it. Now, going for the Vindicator, maybe? Oh no, 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 no. Oh, almost there. And that was sick, but Vindicator survives the burst drone hit. On the meantime, Czar is going for the third, a very secretive third refinery, and going for the Mecha Bay. A little bit late Mecha Bay. Come to think of it, this is like Dark Age. I mean, you can't be a player that can be fooled with, for example, late Mecha Bay opening, but we will see to it. Now, on the meantime, Darkness going for the third refinery as well. He is chilling around with some peacekeepers. He has some, let's say, units on the ground. He feels confident about it. These two Imperial Warriors, I don't think they will cause any kind of trouble. And as you can see how rushly made, beautifully polished game we have. And what kind of shadow placement is that? Anyway, so Imperial Warriors are trying to sneak to provide some information for the Tsar, but this airbase, there's only one Vindicator out there. So that should be a big deal. Speaking of deal, this oil rig is still uncaptured, but that's going to change soon enough. First Tengu is coming up very in a different manner. And there's no Apollo, so there's nothing on this Tengu to engage it on the air. Now, another Tengu has arrived, but these Peacekeepers are all alone against this kind of uprising. Come to think of it, two Tengus are more than enough to take down these peacekeepers. And I mean, if these were conscripts, that should be okay. Now IFB has arrived with a one Vindicator, but trouble has arrived very soon enough. Two Tengus simultaneously harassing, and there is nothing. I mean, there is no Vindicator. There is nothing else on the map to stop this happening. Now mining has been stopped for this collector. Both of the collectors are not mining properly, so I mean that's something. But oh no, is this going to take it now? Okay, not going to happen. Czar, maybe if you could move it forward with explosion damage, you could do so. But now with these peacekeepers, unfortunately, Darkness could not prevent Czar taking his own oil derrick. But now three more Tengus are arriving to finish the final job that these previous Tengus couldn't do. Four IFVs. I mean, that's fine, but at least have one or two Apollos to deflect or deal some damage before they're coming. Yeah, surely Vindicators can take them down. Okay, finally, Apollo is down and is now going for a round to scout what's going to happen in this game. In the meantime, we have only four IFVs. Four IFVs on the land for do something. Oh, and the Guardian tank is already on. And Czar is still on tier 1. But this means there is no tsunami tanks. His only answer could be tank busters. And he's getting them. Now, spending most of the time with these Imperial Warriors. I mean, Czar is just continuously bringing them in. Now, Tengu number... Oh, that's some Tengus. And you will definitely need more than 4 IFVs for that. Maybe one Guardian tank station in the base. Now, Apollos are trying to hightail all of these Tengus. We're going to see some massive dogfight incoming. Now, some deflective attacking coming from the Czar, but now Czar's ploy has been exposed. And he wants to do some Tengu harassment. Meanwhile, if he can attract the attention of the Darkness. But that's not going to pay off very soon enough, because after all, he knows. I mean, he's... Oh, one Tengu gets sniped already now. These Apollos are going to make it. No, one Apollo gets sniped down. IFVs landing some departing rockets before the Tengus are out. But now he is... Maybe he's trying to buy some time, because after all, I mean, situation is not very green for him. And that's lots of tank busters on the land, by the way. Still not tier 2, but we get to invest a lot on these tank busters. And no southern transport as well. So all of the unit production is tank buster and the Tengus. And Czar has so many Tengus already. I mean, we have like 8 to 10 and 11 and 12 is, I guess, is on the move. And the moment that these tank busters are seen, and that's going to be a little bit issue, because even though this is a very sizable unit, 2 multi-gunner turrets should be able to hold them down. Now, Darkness is trying to attract the attention of the Tsar, but now this is a good call for Tsar to realize that, okay, his anti-air is on, so I can go and hunt down some Apollos and try to do some harassment on the base. These Guardian tanks are actually going for somewhere that I don't know, but now all of the air base is now under threat. But come to think of it, Guardian tanks are right just in time, but this is not a good amount of time for these air units to survive here. IFBs also have arrived and deal some damage, but now all of these air units are caught apprehended, and well, he lost all of his planes already. I mean, there's only one vindicator left now, multi-gunner threat, but without a peacekeeper, it's impossible to stop this much of infantry out there. Cryo shot has been used to buy some time. Terrible placement for the barracks, I have to say. Cryocopter is also on the land, not that bad, but when there is so many Tengus, I mean, that is impossible. It is impossible to save it. And I mean, he can always go for example, a suicide charge in it, but now, oh, right on the land. But I mean, if microed well, these tank busters can't do anything, and that's what we're going to see. And, oh no, and we have two multi-cannon turrets. Impossible. I mean, Zard, definitely you have to go back. Okay, it's stomach tank, but even though you can only draw some focus fire on,
They need to be taught a lesson.
And Cryocopter is now bullying the infantry army of the Tsar. I mean, taking down these tank busters could be a nice move, but remember, it will never worth if you lose the Cryocopter. I mean, do not lose the Cryocopter no matter what happens. On the meantime, this is a sizable amount of the Guardian tank, so which is not that bad. Vindicator is going in, sniping. That's actually a very nice bomb run. I mean, taking down 3 infantry, 2 tank busters, 1 Imperial Warrior. Tsunami tanks are now making a dive over here. This base is quite exposed, so a very nice move, but no tier 3 as well. I mean, yeah, sure, that's something else, but he can always build a power plant. Now, all of these infantry are suffering damage from the splash damage, but now Tengus have landed, try to make some body block for these Guardian tanks. Now, Guardian tanks, they really want to engage in. MCV is now deployed, joining the front lines. One Tsunami tank gets shrunk, and all these Imperial Warriors and Tsunami tanks, you get to engage or retreat. I mean, you can't do both of them. Now, Guardian tank is trying to make approach, but now MCV is the half HP, but now crushing some of the infantry behind. Now, this Cryocopter is now a bit idle, could use some freezing. Oh! Dude! Maybe you should have done the reverse move, but come to think of it, this is Empire. All of the hits will land. And tank busters do not miss. Imperial warriors do not miss. Tsunami tanks do not miss. If this was allies, for example, IFBs, javelins, and multi-gunner turrets will miss their shots, most of the shots. But he at least tried to escort the MCV, but that's something. I mean, the reason why I'm laughing is because it backfired, unfortunately. But that was actually a sick move. I really liked it. If only he could pull it off, that would be great. But I really caught it like unexpected. I really expected him to shrink down the Stummy tank instead of the MCV. But anyway, it didn't work out for him, most unfortunately. Now, guys, this is the rematch that we have been waiting. I have been waiting at least, because now Tsar has lost against the Green Hunter before. And now he defeated his opponents one by one. And he defeated Alvin, and then he defeated Dark Niche to get another chance to face him against. Who is it? This is the Green Mean Soviet. This is Green Alert. Now, he is making maybe an expansion, base expansion over the third refiner. We don't know, but that's a quite odd reactor pointing if you are not going to expand over here. Now, on the meantime, Tsar is going for, not going for push or anything, but now we're spotting the bear. But now, I mean, stopping the engineer could be very difficult. You would definitely need to time a very perfect bear roar, and on the worst, Dojo Core is now on standby to stop it on the tracks. Now, more bears are coming out. On the meantime, Imperial Warriors are pouring down on the middle section of the map, and Burstron is already here. This conscript is aiming the gun but not firing for some reasons, and Tsar is actually making some shenanigans. to get at least as much as mining speed reduction as possible. Now more bears are coming, but unfortunately one bear is down. Roar, that was actually some sick roar, but unfortunately the sellout just come around and unfortunately it didn't work out. Now in the meantime, now the patience is of the green outlet is unending. Now there is sickle out there, not nice, I have to say. Um, there is no bullfrog. Okay, bullfrog is around as well, so that's something. And oh no, this first drone gets shredded. The reason why I don't like sickles against Empire on the early game is because Burst Drone just takes a hell out of damage from one single sickle. And you have only two options. The first, Terror Drone. The second is Bullfrog. And Terror Drone is not even a guaranteed way to stop it. Now, two conscripts are landing down here to take down this at this Occupy, the garrison point. Now, this MCV is moving around. I'm unsure why. Two flag troopers are already in. This is a very natural base defense coming up right into it. Now, Sneaky Dojo Core is on standby, going for and doing some sneaky things, but oh, on the meantime, Tsar is using Imperial Warriors to clear out the garrison, and walls are just being placed. And, well, nothing on the world can make me fall. The wall is being placed. Now, first Tengu just lands down, but it's not going to be worth it after all. I think Collector may also... I mean, that's a lot of damage. That was insane amount of damage for even getting the ceramic armor in, but it doesn't really matter for the Green Outlet. Now, Green Outlet is on the doorstep and dealing some damage on the walls, but maybe, I don't know. If this is not a clear indication of going for the air units, I don't know what it is. Now, Sickle is trying to be as annoying as possible, but honestly speaking, instead of just doing this, I would probably just move my Sickle, build a Crusher Crate, and I will do what I can. Now, on the meantime, Dojo Core is being built very next to the War Factory, which is very risky. Now, Terror Drone, now or never, we will see to it. One Collector goes for the, escape. Hammer Tank, you should definitely place it around here, Green Outlet, or it's going to be very bad for you. But, oh, okay. I mean, walls have been built, but the Bullfrog has been traded very well. That was a very insane split-second weapon drain for the getting anti-air. The only problem is hammer tanks, for example, even if they have anti-air weapons, on aggressive stance, they do not automatically fire. You need to direct them. On the meantime, airfield is coming right up, and this Tengu is trying to do the very best to deal some damage. The only issue is Tsar should have, I think he should have gone for Imperial Docks, but instead he goes for Refinery Core. The only thing is, this has been unnoticed by the Green Alert, so this sickle could actually deal some severe amount of damage before this refiner core gets unpacked. But now two Tengus are already here. He is waiting for Green Alert to make his first Twin Blade. I think he played his hand way too early, but now all of these Tengus are running one by one. The issue is right now this is going to be very great for Green Alert. He can simultaneously build here and get 5 refineries, a very expansionist point of the play in the game. And the Tsar is still tier 1 on both of the... Okay. The moment I said tier 1, he get the tier 2 upgrade, so that's great. Terror Drone Infection coming right up for the Collector, that's great. I mean, taking the opportunity and dealing as much as damage in terms of economy. Now, another Collector is also under attack. Now, this Collector should be safe because losing 2 Collectors will just definitely destroy your economy. Migs have arrived. Oh no, and just Tengu couldn't land down before the meeting with the end with the MiG fighter, and Striker Waves just come around, but now this is the maybe good time for the making the retreat and regroup. On the meantime, Tsar should definitely go for Imperial Docks because there is no way taking down this airfield. This is a very early game for the Soviets to get an airfield, and now it's going to be very bad eventually because the moment that, for example, these Twin Blades can drop down hammer tanks, you must either get tank busters or you just can't match up. You just can't make, for example, Sami tanks and Tengus and a reasonable amount of striker VXs. The issue is I don't know why he is trying to harass over here. Maybe Green Alert could actually just force a sell-off for this refinery over here because there's nothing here can actually stop Green Alert to take it down. Even though you may are getting an Naval Yard and one the Kula sub, which is very nice. Oh, harassment run negated very terribly, and this MiG actually survives. Just I don't know if it was purposefully. I'm unsure, He summoned them for the fight, but anyway, now the amount of the lost collectors, or I mean, amount is rising one by one. I mean, Green Outlet is really making a heavy pressure, and now Stingray. I mean, the Deliverance Day has arrived, and come to think of it, Stingray is just very awful. I mean, the only solace is that they can attack the walls, which is nice, but they are way too slow. They're way too odd to play with them. I mean, I don't know. Now Zar realizes that he has to do something, and now trying to make a counterattack with some very sizable amount of Tengus, but uh, very short-lived decision, I think. On the meantime, the constant unit production coming right up from our green alert, leaving a flat cannon just in case. And the issue is now he doesn't even need to go for the air units over here. These Stingrays can actually take it down over here. Now, Striker once again, he will try this trick with the Striker VXs, but oh, I think maybe moving with the Tengus were a bit bad decision because Green Alert is quite. I mean, he is not Green Alert for the name. He is an alert player. But now, oh, this C expansion point is as defensive as it could be, and oh, Migs are arrived, and he wants to meet. I mean, he wants to go toe to toe against this Tengu mass. On the meantime, Zar is now forced to play with 3 refineries, and it could be a little bit worse because after all, Green Outlet is playing as 5, and now VXs just found their wanting and try to punish this MCV. But with just 2 Striker VXs, I'm unsure how damaging that could be. On the no, this flak cannon is offline. It's still offline. Okay, so I mean, going low power with Soviets is a bit odd situation because after super reactor, you never feel yourself to get low powered. Now, I mean, these Tengus can't handle it. That's for sure. I mean, these Psycho Reactors can't get close thanks to this flak cannon. Now he's powered up. And Tsar is now... I mean, he definitely may consider going for tier 3. One king only, maybe. But I think he will need more than that. Because there will be a moment, for example, he will definitely go for example, at least terror drones or mass air. If so, I mean, getting tier 3 will be wasted as well. He will definitely need an anti-air. Now, Tengus are trying to do harassment over here, but now it's going to be addressed very soon enough. 2 hammer tanks are here, but I think better not leave them around. Otherwise, Striker VXs can take it down entirely. Now, Imperial Docks is being built. Now, instead of going for more expansion, Tsar is going for counter expansion. And, I mean, these Yaris can actually take it down here without any kind of issues, for sure. Tengus have arrived, but it's a bit premature arrival. I mean, Flak Cannon is still online. Now, Tengus are on the land. Tesla Coil is being built. 3 Tomb Blades are there to engage on hostiles. So, just take down the Fab's shields, because the rest of it can be... Oh, no. That's going to be very bad for the Tsar. On the meantime, Psycho VX is escorting themselves to the infrastructure of the Green Island, and now Crusher Crane is under attack. MCV has not been sold, so that's going to be very difficult. I mean, Tsar is going to lose his Tengus, but so will the Green Island is going to lose a very valuable production units. And the one with the flak cannon is still online, so you could actually attack it. Oh no, okay, Mings have arrived. Oh, and sniped very quickly, but the suicide explosives are something, really. Zard is actually realizing that, oh, okay, wait, that hammer tank has very low HP, so why am I not attacking it? And that's so many MiGs, by the way. That's a lot of MiGs. So what's the end game here, Green Outlet? Would you like to tell us? Oh, Defender reacts. It survives. The only issue... Oh, okay. Tier 3 coming right up. And satellites are being dropped. Significant amount of damage, but not the best, really. Tsar is still... I mean, he is very in the base of Green Alert, but can't really deal a very significant amount of damage. And... oh no. Vesta Coil is here. The only problem is... the Soviets can't build right now. And at this point, I mean, this Yari placement also insane. I mean, without getting in the range of the testicle, is actually dealing damage. So I think maybe get a terror drone. I guess this is a terror drone. Oh, tier 2. The terror drone is going to come around there to address this problem very shortly. And infected already, so this Yari is going to be soon useless. I mean, that's a terror drone for you. Now, this is not going to work anytime soon enough for the Tsar. I mean, this air superiority is lost. But somehow, Green Alert is suffering some economy
Who's looking
problems.
for a good pounding?
And Tsar, who is playing for the 3 refineries, he's not suffering at the monetary problems at all. Now, he's going for the 4th refinery, which is not that bad. I mean, expansioning always good. But defending it, that's going to be difficult. Now the power move is on. Observation post has been captured, and he now knows it. He knows that Tsar has tier 3 Makabe, tier 3 Dojo. So Yuriko is coming up right soon enough. Wave Force Artery is already online. So what's the play? Well, we will see how is the play. Now he knows that his anti-air is definitely dependent on the striker reacts. What is their weakness? Maneuverability. So they are slow on the land. So the Soviets can actually come around, sweep all of these collectors without taking any kind of damage with the striker reacts because they don't need to engage on them. Now these air units are just waiting gracefully over here, taking down the units one by one. I mean, starting with the oil derrick, and already sniped. So this will be the issue. I mean, the moment that, for example, Tsar will try to engage, he will definitely need the striker reactions as well. Or otherwise, well, that's not going to work anytime soon for him, because after all, the Zoom Blades are way too fast and way too quick with the mix as well. Now, Sea Wings coming up with the one. Ooh, Shogun has arrived, and that's so many tankers are protecting it. Now the MiGs are going to soon meet, and oh, one Yari taking down the 2 Bullfrogs. That's something entirely else. Now MiGs are going to engage, but now they have to all go to land, and now all of these Bullfrogs are taken down. Now Shogun is unhinged, and we have no tier 3 coming from the Green Alert. So how is this going to work? I mean, Wave Force Artery is just dealing so much damage for this, but I mean, this is not an observation post. This is a nuclear missile bunker, I have to say. Oh no, there's no anti-air. Now all of these MiGs have arrived, but now they're taking severe amount of damage thanks to these Sea Wings. Maybe Terror Drone. I'm unsure. Yep, Terror Drone is online, going very soon for this Shogun battleship. And there is Yuriko. But somehow Tsar is really carrying himself to victory. I don't know if Green Alert can pull himself. Well, he can't pull himself from this, and unfortunately taps out, realizing that his mistakes are mounting. Well, that from the looks of it, tier 3 defeats the economy. That's what we see from this game. But GG for both of our players, and better luck next time for them. Now, we are on hard lesson, so one of our players, this is either going to be Red Empire Tsar or Green Soviet Green Alert, is going to get a hard lesson from the opponent. So, the starting was made by the Tsar. He scored a 1 game over the Infinity Isle with the help of his shoguns and tier 3 units. He actually won the game. So let's see how is this going to work. Well, Green Alert is respecting the Tsar and not going a Crusher Crane or MCV push shenanigans or anything like that. So, on the meantime, Tsar is going for let's say a balanced opening. 2 dojo cores on the getting his own oil derrick, and also 2 refineries. So we don't see a 3 refinery opening or anything like that. Yep, definitely balanced. Build order is coming right up. Now, Let's see if beer micro is going to work. Why am I making so many spelling mistakes, by the way? Well, at least you tried, so that's the worth. And Mecha Bay is being built, but oh, okay. So we're going to see a quick airfield then. But Zar knows that we are going to see a quick airfield, so I'm sure he will have something to react. And that's a bit odd placement for the super reactor. A war factory. Uh, all right. So what prevented you getting the war factory first and a super reactor later? I don't know, but well, you play Soviets better than me, better than most of the players, so I'm sure you know what you're doing. Now Flag Trooper wants to take down this Dojo core, but now bears are slaughtered, unfortunately, and going back. The issue is it's going to be caught with this Tengu, and that will be a bad start coming right up. No. On the meantime, Imperial Warrior. Oh, I mean, it's very unlucky for the Green Alert for this start. I mean, he couldn't get unlucky any soon enough. The moment that, for example, oh no, and this engineer. Bullfrog. Okay, finally, he gets the Bullfrog. Now, two of the oil derricks are already under control of the Tsar, and he is the first captor, so that's something. And Tsar is now taking the garrison points. I don't know if he needs sight that much. I mean, come to think of it, these are Soviets, so until you see the airfield, there is nothing going to happen to you. Oh, terror drone. What's exactly happening here again? Hmm. Oh. Ooh, that's something. That's great. But now, is there a hammer tank? Okay, there's hammer tank. That's nice. The other refinery is now being built with a crusher. Oh. Amsivia has been crushed, so let's see what Green Outlet is going to do with this cash boost. On the meantime, this oil rig can be still taken away thanks to this Dojo core next to it. Now I'm sorry, Tengu is now flying around. Uh, he forget to toggle the Flag Trooper, so no damage has been dealt. On the meantime, Sentry Gun is being built. I mean, Green Island wants to commit for an attack. And with this 3000 cash boost, he can easily get some units. He has 3 refiners on running, so definitely he is on the advantageous side. So we will see what's going to happen. Sudden transport with tank busters, or yeah, it's tank busters. But that's great for the Tsar. I mean, this is a land army. Starts to get intimidating, but doesn't really matter for him. Now, Terror Drone is trying to do as much as damage they could do. And Dog Score? Is this for baiting? I don't know. But it really worked him well. But now Collector just ambushed and take down one Hammer Tank. I mean, trade is now being made. Hammer Tanks are coming around and going around. The issue is the bears are coming. Oh no! The 5 of the... Oh no, come on. I mean, I was getting sad for the Green Island for losing the Terror Drone out there, but now instead he lost all of the tank busters, and that was his main line of defense. One collector goes down already, and okay, Striker VXs are online. That's great. And this army has one Bullfrog, and that's more than enough. But now this Bullfrog is way too close to enemy line, so I would have preferred that to happen. MCV is now unpacked, but now tank busters are dying one by one. I mean, they're close to the exit point of this dojo, so this hammer tank is dangerously low HP, so I think it will be crushed. Now dojo core gets destroyed on the meantime. Now Zar Striker VXs have arrived. There is why is this ore collector is offline? Oh no. Hammer tanks are getting shredded one by one. On reverse, there is a Mecha Tango already out there. But now Bullfrog, if comes around, it will be great. Zar is not attacking. He's not responding. The main reason is because of Bullfrog, I think. But now Ah, the MCV is now caught upper-handed. Now this bear is sniffing the tank buster out there, and now the Tsunami tank is trying to absorb the shots, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. I mean, this is the now or never. MCV has now been left up. No crash is now happening, and that's great. And Green Alert is way too greedy for getting the two units at once. I mean, he wants to get the Tsunami tank and the MCV. MCV is down, and well, that's the game. Zar just realizing that it's not going to work. Maybe he could use the striker reactions, but I mean, these bullfrogs were too strong for them. But I mean, losing that tank busters, that sealed the game for real. But GG for the green alert and better luck next time for the Zar. Let's see how this competition is going to resolve. And this is it, the final game to seal who is going to get out of the alternative bracket for the second chance. This is Red Empire Czar, and this is Mean Green Soviet Menace. This is Green Alert, and now starting with a Crusher Crane. He's feeling confident, I suppose. The issue is the Tsar got his own hard lesson on the previous game. Losing the tank busters against the Soviet land army is going to cost the game. And that bear micro was just way too good. I mean, it arrived just in time and take down all of the tank busters. I mean, trump card of the Tsar unfortunately burned in matter of seconds. On the meantime, Green Alert actually lost the first game due to investing heavily on economy but not going for tier 3 or anything like that, and meanwhile holding down his expansions. He actually overspent for more than the income, so unfortunately he lost it dearly for that. But now all is going to be unsolved on this final game. And Super Reactor is being built. So is this going to be an MCV crush? We will see to it. After all, the third refinery is a little bit far. There's only one barracks out there for production, and well, I think this is going to be a push. I am unsure, but well, we will see to it. Now, Bear is going to scout all of these source all these Imperial warriors. Now, tank buses are being built. This should not be seen by the Green Alert, but unfortunately, that's going to happen. And Green Alert knows that the tank busters are being built one by one. So this is either be, for example, a sudden transport push. If so, the one sentry gun at least here should be a little bit good because this base is completely defenseless. And if so, all of the buildings are close, very next to it. So taking down the super reactor, we take down entire base of the Tsar. I'm sorry, of the Green Island. Now MCV is going to make contact or halfway through already. And now this Dojo Core beautifully microed by the Tsar and taking down one conscript. And uh, this Dojo Core was going to get itself crushed, by the way. Now Bears are trying to take down as much as tank busters as possible, but unfortunately not going to work for Tsar anytime soon enough. Now instead he is trading the Bears one by one with Imperial Warriors, but now tank busters are still alive, so that's something entirely else. Now Dojo Core is going to meet with these tank busters, so that means very good for the Tsar. But now MC is taking literally free damage for nothing. Now slowing down. Oh, unfortunately, burst drone just sniped down by the Tsar itself. And in okay, flag trooper here. So I think execution of this is not going to work anytime soon. And this MCV is very close range of the tank busters. Now unpacking the MCV, and Green Alert is now moving a little bit away from the side. Oh no! And Bear successful roars and taking down the one tank buster, but the amount is way too high already. And okay, airfield is already on, so I think the plan is going to work out. He is forcing Czar to spend lots of money on the infantry just to stop the push. So he is just getting Mecha Bay very newly, and the Tomb Blade is already on. So what kind of tactical feint are we speaking about here? Because that's so many units on the land. All of these infantries. And the moment that we get to see one MiG just right coming up, this will be game for the Tsar. I mean, look all of these valuable units, and they're doing absolutely nothing. On the meantime, Green Island could actually even expand over here, and that's that much of advantage also. And now already, I mean, Yari is out there, but come on, when did you get the Imperial Dogs? When did you get the Yari, and when did you sell it? And even if you get the Mecha Tengu, there's a MiG on your head, so you definitely need a defender rate. Okay, so second tier 2 has been purchased first. That's sudden transport. That's engineer has been sold, coming right up into the base of the green alert. Green alert. What do you have in here? You have in here nothing. Just get a barracks. Okay, two bears are commissioned for this task. So that's something. Well, tank busters are still like active and coming right up. On the meantime, one striker reacts is now built and gets destroyed already. One collector is down, so getting down the second should be very nice. But now this is a call for the base defense because after all, there's only one dojo core is actually defending these tank busters. Now tank busters are being caught one by one. Now sudden transport is now under threat, and well, that's not going to work anytime soon now. I mean, these are three of them, three tomb blades, so it should be enough. And dojo core gets destroyed as well. Zar did not get the suicide explosives. On the meantime, tank busters are still trying to make a run for it, but well. Now that was an insane macro play coming from, I think, I don't know if that's micro, but that's, I think, like that's a counter macro play, if that can be called it out in this way. Uh he just forced Zar to believe that he's going for MCV push. And he just sent only bears with him, maybe one or two conscripts perhaps. And he forced Zar to make loads of tank busters. For for what? For nothing. For just stopping the push. He said, okay, he's going for all in and he wants to push. So if I get those, I will be safe and then I can punish him. But it was actually not a push. It was actually just a feint. And Zar couldn't even scout it properly because he was using the burst drone to slow down the MCV, slow down the push that is coming. But on the meantime, on the backlines, he was operating. He was getting his super reactor. He was getting his airfield, and he got the air unit just before Zar could get a Mechatengu on. So that was, for me, that was insane. I mean, that was playing the game on very different level. But anyway, guys, this was the alternative bracket for the Christmas tournament of the 2023. And well, after this, well, first of all, of course, congratulations for the green alert. So he will be facing his opponent. And I intend to cast the remaining finals and championship on perhaps the next week or anytime if I have time in the week time. Anyway, guys, so that was it for it. I enjoyed these games. I hopefully you enjoyed it as well. There was some very good moments coming from it. And on the meantime, feel free to leave a like. That helps me a lot. And also comment. Of course, please comment, guys, because I really pay attention to the criticism you guys leave to me, and I try to make adjustments if I could. And feel free to subscribe because that helps me a lot and makes me believe that I'm on the right path or whatever I'm doing. So of course, we are on this same team. So yeah, that will be all. Until then, guys. Well, peace out and enjoy your weekday.